Yo, what is up, guys? Jamie from Jamie's Detailing, and I have officially been in business for a little over 3 years. And with that being said, the past year has been an absolute whirlwind. Not only has the business been growing, we've been getting more clients and doing a whole lot more work, but also the YouTube channel here has been growing a ton. And with that, you guys have been asking a ton of questions on my opinions on different tools and equipment that you guys see here on the channel that I'm using every single day for client details and even just to detail my own personal vehicles. So today I want to take some time and do a little bit of a mini review on a ton of different tools and equipment that I've gotten over the past couple months to a year, stuff that I really have not had time to talk about here on the channel, and let you guys know my recommendations and my opinions on a lot of this stuff. So let's not waste any time, let's get straight into it. Starting off with the back of the detailing rig, there's been a ton of changes and updates that I've done to the detailing rig, stuff that I've done to make it a little bit more efficient and just a little bit more functional for everyday detailing, whether I'm detailing out of my home garage or I'm actually doing a mobile detail. So starting off first, guys, I want to take you guys through the air setup, because the air setup has definitely been altered a little bit since the last time that you guys have seen it, and I've definitely upgraded a few things with the whole air system. First thing that I want to show you guys is I ended up adding a manifold to the air system. So I added a manifold coming directly off of our old 50-foot air compressor reel, and that allows me to actually plug in. So I have a little quick connect down here, and attached to that quick connect, I now have this nice little coiled air hose. Now this air hose has been working awesome right here at the back of the detailing rig, because now I can actually fill all my IK sprayers. I can use my little air chuck. I can fill my IK sprayers so I don't have to manually pump them. And I can leave my actual air hose wherever I need it at the vehicle. So it's just super nice having two air hoses. So I have this one right here at the back of the vehicle. If I really quickly need to fill up some tires or something like that, like my detailing rig tires, I can quickly pump those up. If I'm parked close enough to a customer's vehicle, I can do stuff with that. And I can even hook up a tornador or whatever else I want, like if I'm just cleaning out the rig. So having a second air hose on the detailing rig has really just helped out a ton and made my setup a lot more functional. And when I already am doing an interior detail and I have my hose already stretched out to the vehicle that I'm working on, I don't need to reel it all the way in or walk it over to the vehicle just to, let's say, pump up my IK sprayer. I'll have everything set up there ready to go for when I need it. Now, along with the added hose setup on the manifold, we also put a gauge on the manifold, and I put the gauge on the manifold just because it's really nice to always be able to see exactly what my compressor is at, instead of needing to go into the vehicle to see like if I have all my settings correct or if I need to make some slight adjustments to my little air adjustment knob. But super nice to actually have a gauge right here that tells me how charged up my air compressor is at the time that I'm using it. So super nice. So I'm really liking all of the new stuff that I've kind of done to the air compressor setup as far as the manifold and adding a secondary hose. But coming back to the air hose setup, guys, I actually upgraded this tool right here. So this will be our first of the little mini reviews that we're going to talk about. This guy right here, I have really been liking it. I've seen a couple of you guys ask about it in the comments, and yes, I did upgrade to the Rag Company's Ultra Air Blaster. I really love this thing, even over our old Vortex air tool, which I do keep in the detailing rig for a backup. But I got to the point where I needed to actually rebuild this thing. The inside of this cone is all kind of eaten up from this thing whacking it as it kind of moves around inside of there. So instead of rebuilding this thing and all of that, I really wanted to get an upgraded air blaster or air tool. So I went ahead and, kind of sprung for the Rag Company's Ultra Air Blaster, which actually is only $5 more than this guy right here, which I thought was a crazy good deal. And I've really been wanting to try out the more mechanical styled Air Blaster. And this thing does not disappoint, guys. I actually was really hesitant to buy this thing because it has such mixed reviews online. But right now it's dirty because I detail every day, guys, but I do need to clean this thing out, but this thing actually comes with these little ball bearings in here, and this works phenomenally well, but you do need to actually service this thing every once in a while. And by servicing it, I mean you guys are going to need to actually take it apart, wipe it all down with a microfiber towel. If you guys want, you guys can clean it with maybe just some rubbing alcohol or something like that. And I'm talking about this bearing assembly and the inside of where the bearing assembly fits into. And then once you guys are done with that, you guys just want to put like 2 little drops of this super lube directly on those bearings in there, and then put everything back together. Get this top little piece tightened down, and then you guys will be good to go. I saw a lot of people complaining in the review section on Amazon that theirs locked up on them in the very first try. And just from my experience using air tools, I've been using air tools for a long time now, over 20 years using air tools. And I've never came across a mechanical air tool that you didn't need to oil or, maintenance in some way. And this tool is just like that. For whatever reason, the Rag Company does not recommend using, or doesn't really recommend any kind of maintenance or anything for this tool. And I think that's where people are kind of getting these things to jam up on them, is because it's getting dirty inside of there. Maybe a tiny little piece of sand or something may get caught inside of here, and then you just take it apart, clean it real quick, put a little drop of oil, and you're right back to business. So this thing is phenomenal compared to your regular air tool, and it even sounds different. It even sounds like way more powerful, and I really like that it has a nice uniform pattern to the actual blast that it has to it. So I really like these mechanical air blasters, or these mechanical tornadors, I guess you could call them. But this thing works really good, and it is by far the best air tool that I've used so far. One other air tool that I am now trying out, just with my overall interior details, and even when I need it on the exterior of the vehicle just to blow out some cracks and crevices, this tool right here has been absolutely awesome, guys. This is like a high velocity air tool, super inexpensive, and it came with some really nice accessories for this thing. So I'll leave a link to it down in the description down below, but I haven't had time to obviously do a whole review on this thing, and I'm still kind of playing around with it, getting used to using it in my everyday workflow. So once I get a little bit more time with this thing, I'm going to give you guys a full review on it. But this is a super cheap air tool, and it works super good at blasting stuff out. Doesn't cover large areas quite as good as like a Tornador does with the spinning part in there, but if you guys are really trying to pinpoint some buttons, some switches, some little cracks in the plastics, all that kind of stuff, this thing works way better than Tornador, and you can really get into some tight spots, especially with this attachment right here. This guy right here is just a little extender, and this gets in all those super tight spots, like in between the seats, like up against the center console or underneath the seat rails, all that kind of stuff. This thing gets way better than a Tornador, and it comes with the high velocity nozzle as well. So between this super long adjustable straw that they give you right here and this high velocity guy, you guys can pretty much cover all the different areas inside of a vehicle with this tool right here and a Tornador. So this guy right here has been really cool to use, and it really gets into spots that you can never get to with a Tornador. So this has been an awesome air tool as well. Last thing with the air setups is the new quick connects that I'm using. So I'm actually just trying out these new safety quick connects here on these air tools, and these things work a little bit different differently than your stereotypical collared quick connects. These guys just have a simple little button right here, and once you guys push in, what you kind of hear a double click right there when you guys push in your tools. Once you guys actually want to take your tool off, you just push this button once, and that actually relieves all the pressure on the actual tool itself. And now you just push that button one more time, and it actually releases it from the quick connect right here. So you guys don't really have to worry about your tool getting blasted off when you guys go to pull down that collar like you do on a traditional quick connect. This guy right here needs a double click. So even though I released it already, I already pushed that button, it's still locked inside of there. So you don't have to worry about your Tornador kind of getting jetted off of your quick connect if you guys were to kind of carelessly just pull down that collar without actually having another hand on your tool. You don't have to worry about your tool just going flying, or heaven forbid you somehow bump this collar or you sit on it in some way and your tool goes flying. This thing actually prevents that from happening. So pretty nice. Just having these nice little quick connects, and I really like them over your traditional quick connects, especially for detailing work. Moving on from our air tools, the next thing that I want to show you guys or talk to you guys about is our whole pressure washer setup. See if I can get clicked. There we go. Now, when it comes to the pressure washer setup, guys, I got a ton of new stuff. Now, earlier in the year, I did show you guys the new Ryobi automotive pressure washer, which I had no idea that thing was going to be as popular as it is. It is the #1 sold pressure washer this year, and it is also completely sold out pretty much everywhere. I think you now can kind of get your hands on one, but it's still kind of hard to get your hands on one of these automotive pressure washers. So if you guys see one, definitely pick it up. They are really good, and I haven't had a single issue with mine since I've got it way back in, I believe, April. So I've had it for a while now. Got it, had the guys over at Home Depot take it off the racks when it was still way up high. They just got the delivery in. But anyways, awesome pressure washer. But along with that, I also went ahead and got a new pressure washer reel that came with a new hose. Now, the pressure washer reel that I'm using now is the Giraffe Tools 65-foot $100 hose pressure washer hose reel. Now, I've seen a lot of people, this is another one of those products that I just had to try for myself. I don't always like to go off of the reviews because I don't know how everybody else is using these products. So the Giraffe Tools pressure washer reel, for me, it has been awesome. It has been working really good just as a basic pressure washing reel. I have no issues with it reeling or unreeling. It works absolutely fine. So I've really been liking this reel. I haven't had any issues with the hose itself. The hose itself is not the best quality, but it actually is a decent hose. It's not the most flexible in the world, not like an Uber Flex hose or anything like that, but I would say this is a good mid-grade hose, and it seems really durable, like it's gonna last a good period of time. And with the lower PSI pressure washer, I'm just really not too worried about this hose itself blowing out like I know some people have had issues with. And I haven't had any issues with the reel itself not retracting or anything like that. Watch this thing not work when I go to pull it right now. But super good pressure washing reel, and I've had zero issues with it, and I use it every single day. So hopefully maybe there's just some earlier units that had some really bad hoses or something like that. They do have manufacturing defects and all that kind of stuff that can happen. So hopefully they got all that ironed out, and the pressure washing reel that I'm using now is not going to have any issues. But I would definitely say pick one up if you guys are looking for a good $100 pressure washing reel that comes with a hose. And I really wanted to move away from the air hose conversion that I was using before. It looked really nice with two matching reels in the vehicle, but I was just having too many issues lately, especially this year with the replacements that I was getting for the air hose that I was kind of converting to a pressure washing reel. Moving on from there, guys, I have found a new go-to pressure washing gun, and this gun has been absolutely amazing. If you guys want to, you guys can always pick up these pressure washing tip holders from Mad Car Care. Link is down in the description for 10% off. They are a channel sponsor, and I really love these things. I've been using them on my guns ever since he sent me a pair of them. So they work awesome, super durable. Haven't had any issues with them yet. So I really like these things, and I've now been using them for almost a year. So I think that they're really good tools for the price. And if you guys are using your pressure washer every single day, it makes a huge difference. Just not putting your pressure washing tips in your pocket or setting them down on the side. You always have them right where you need them. Now, this new pressure washing wand or pressure washing gun that I'm using is called the Tatuluk, or it's from a brand called Tatuluk, and it has been the best pressure washing gun that I've used thus far. It has a great quick connect here at the front of it. Works really good with all my existing tips. And I also went ahead and got this Rain Kovo shower nozzle. This Rain Kovo shower nozzle has been amazing, and I really like using it for stuff like wheels and even just cleaning off and rinsing down my tools and equipment when I'm done using it. So it's just really nice having a nice gentle shower nozzle for my pressure washer. That way I have just that nice gentle flow of water when I need it. When I just want to rinse something down and maybe don't want to get a bunch of stuff wet because of how the pressure washer kind of blasts against the surface and gets everything around it wet. Anyways, shower nozzle from Rain Kovo is, in my opinion, a huge necessity, especially if you guys are mobile detailers and you guys don't have like quick and easy access to a hose right next to you. So Rain Kovo shower nozzle has definitely been awesome, but even more importantly, guys, going back to the Tatuluk, this thing was half the price as the SGS 28 that I was using before, the MTM Hydro wand that I was using, and this thing's almost an exact replica. Not quite an exact replica, but very similar color scheme and everything. And it even came with a relatively nice, I believe this is a 4.0 orifice inside of here, but this is a 25-degree tip. Really good kind of middle range tip as far as the degrees on here. It's not a 15, but it's not a super wide 40. Kind of right there, the Goldilocks size being a 25-degree tip on here. So really nice pressure washing tip that it comes with. I love that it has this nice squishy guard on here, so you don't have to worry about getting too close to the paint. Just a really nice gun from Tatuluk. So if you guys haven't checked this one out, or if you guys are looking to upgrade your gun, this is the one that I'm recommending moving forward. I honestly can't recommend the SGS 28 when there is a gun that is almost identical to it that is less than half the price. This thing, I think I got it on a sale over on Amazon for 35 or 36 bucks. Somewhere around there, and I think the normal price on it is like 40 bucks. So less than half the price is the MTM Hydro, and it seems to be just as good of quality, if not, honestly, maybe even a little bit better. Oh, and the huge advantage that this thing has over the SGS 28 is the swivel that's on here. This swivel is absolutely ridiculous. Works really good, and yeah, way better than the SGS 28, surprisingly so. So yeah, this is my new recommended gun for any of you guys wondering. I would highly recommend this gun over the old MTM Hydro guns. Now, along with our pressure washer setup, I also have been using all new foam cannons. Now, we talked a ton about this guy right here. I believe it's called the Rain Kovo Pure Pro Plus or something like that, but this is their no dilution foam cannon. So Rain Covo's, I just call it the Rain Covo no dilution foam cannon. This is actually a really nice foam cannon, and I really liked it when I first got it, but honestly I really don't find myself using it very often. When am I actually out doing a mobile detail or working on clients' vehicles and stuff like that? And really I use it a ton when I want to use like a rinseless wash or something like that as a drying aid. You know, after I get done with my contact washer or whatever, I might foam down the car on a super hot day with like a rinseless wash, just so I'm not getting water spots and all that. But I really find myself liking a traditional foam cannon a lot better than a no dilution foam cannon. I'm just way more used to using a traditional foam cannon, and it's really not that bad to just mix your chemicals ahead of time and then get to using your foam cannon like normal, as opposed to the no dilution one, where it's a little bit easier to use, arguably, but at the same time, I feel like I'm getting way more accurate dilution ratios with a traditional foam cannon, and I'm not trying to rely on adjusting this knob to get like the proper amount of soap or proper mixture. So this guy I like a little bit more. It's a little bit, I would say it's a little bit more consistent, and it's a little bit less tricky to use. This guy still definitely gets the job done and works really good for certain chemicals, but overall this is just a much better overall design when it comes to a foam cannon. Now, when it comes to this traditional foam cannon versus my old MTM foam cannon, this guy produces a little bit less foam, but it's still really good, and it has a couple advantages over my old MTM Hydro foam cannon. I still have the old original one with the small little mouth on there to fill up your bottle. This one, I just like the overall design of the foam cannon a little bit more, having a nice wide mouth bottle, and having a little bit easier of a top to put on with the nice big threads on there. And this one obviously services way easier, like to get to the actual little foam filter in here. If you guys wanted to swap this out to a 3-piece, you might get a little bit better foam production, but not a massive difference. But I have found that my old MTM Hydro foam's a little bit better overall, but this one still has totally acceptable foam production, and I still really like this foam cannon. So between these two foam cannons, I'm getting all my bases covered, and my MTM Hydro has really just been on my shelf for the past couple of months, and I really haven't felt the need to swap back to the old one. So I've really been liking all of the new pressure washing stuff that I've been using over the past few months. Especially the new Ryobi pressure washing unit itself. Along with that, guys, I did get some new just little quick connects to hold the foam cannons in the vehicle. These are super nice because they're automatic, so to put them in, you don't have to like pull the collar back or anything like that. I'll link those in the description down as well, right after the foam cannons, if you guys want to take a quick peek at those. And they were like only like $15, so really cheap way to just kind of organize my foam cannons in the detailing rig. So that worked out really good. Next thing we got to talk about is our barrel brushes. So I actually got new barrel brushes from Work Stuff. This barrel brush right here I like a ton, but one big problem that I'm never been a fan with these type of bristles is the fact that these totally splatter on you when you guys are using it. This one actually is not as bad as some other ones that I've used because the bristles aren't quite as stiff, but since the bristles aren't quite as stiff, you also can't get quite as good of a scrub inside of the barrels, and sometimes you really need that. But I've also been using this guy right here, and I forget exactly what this one is called, so I'll link it down below, but this one's also from the Work Stuff. This is like their mini barrel brush, and it has this nice little microfiber type material on there. Really nice barrel brush. And I've been using these for a while, but I've never, for honestly probably like almost 2 years now, but I really haven't talked about them much on the channel. And I think these are called, these are Work Stuff's basically little wheel mitts. So I love these things, really just help make cleaning up the face of the wheels a lot quicker, a lot easier. Feel like it's easier sometimes to just use your fingers and all that kind of stuff to clean out, especially when you're working on like wheels that are really more intricate, like snowflake type wheels or anything like that. So these work really, really good to get the wheel faces and all of that kind of stuff. And these barrel brushes have been awesome. But one thing that I don't like about this barrel brush in particular is it is very thick. So even on my Range Rover, I can't get behind the calipers. I would have to switch over to a tool like this to really get behind the calipers, and then you're having to deal with the backsplash kind of issue. So either way, all of these tools from Work Stuff I can highly recommend for your wheels. Up next is odor removal. I've really been stepping up my odor removal game this year, guys, and the biggest thing that has helped that has been an ozone generator. Now, this is a relatively inexpensive ozone generator. I think it was around $80 on sale over at Amazon, but you really don't need an expensive ozone generator for mobile detailing. This one is only $80 and gets the job done every single time so far. So whether it's been a really smoked out vehicle basically that reeks of cigarette smoke, or it is a vehicle like a semi truck that people are living in and it just smells like old body or something like that, this thing, it does an amazing job at removing all of those nasty organic smells in a vehicle. And just really quickly, last week I actually got my very first skunked vehicle. It was an officer's squad car. One of my fleet accounts just so happens to be the local park district, and I take care of all their squad cars. Now, they always seem to be calling me when they have a massive problem, and last week one of their officers actually got skunked just when he was out on the job, out working at one of the park districts, or one of the park district places. So he got skunked, had to get into his vehicle. Vehicle now smells disgusting like skunk. He had it on his boots, so it actually got a little bit on the center console and also on the floor, the rubber floor, which was easy to clean. But this guy right here, I put it in the vehicle for 4 hours before I actually even cleaned or touched the vehicle because it smelled that bad. I put it in there for 4 hours, and this guy completely wiped out all of the skunk smells before I even did any of the cleaning. So this guy is well worth its weight in gold. This thing is amazing if you guys are really trying to do a good, thorough job of odor removal. So between me actually throwing this thing in that vehicle for 4 hours before the detail and for I think 30 minutes after the detail, this thing completely wiped out any of the smoke or any of that skunk odor that was actually in the vehicle, and the vehicle just basically just smelled like ozone after that. So once it's done with that ozone treatment, guys, I actually like to hit it with one of these guys right here, and I do have that in a Jamie's detailing holder, which we'll go over in just a minute, but I like to hit it with one of these odor bombs from Meguiar's. These things actually work really, really, really good. I'm not 100% sure what's in them, but they work really good at just refreshing a car after you have already gotten all the nasty smells and all that kind of stuff cleaned up. Then I like to just kind of refresh it with one of these things. I like the black chrome one, but a lot of my clients actually go for the new car smell, or they go for the sweet summer breeze. So sweet summer breeze and new car are probably the most popular ones that my clients pick, but I do have a lot of guys, and myself included, I like this black chrome one the best, but they're all pretty good, and they even have like a summer Fiji or Fiji summer or something like that smell. They're all really good smelling, but they're really, really cheap if you pick them up on Amazon. You can typically get like 2 of them for around $12-13. And you can always, I just charge regular MSRP, which is around $8 or $9 for one of those things. So I actually end up making $1 or so if I buy them in bulk like that on Amazon. So not a bad deal, and they do a great job at the end of a smoke removal process to really just help refresh the car and make it so it's not smelling like ozone after a ozone process. All right, guys, up next, we are talking chemical storage. So I actually went out and got a whole bunch of these half-gallon, 64-ounce size jugs. These things work absolutely amazing. I don't use a ton of chemical throughout the day. I typically am only working on maybe 2 vehicles a day, 3 on a very, very busy day for me. But usually, guys, 1 to 2 vehicles per day is always my goal. And basically, I like carrying all my extra chemicals in these little tiny jugs right here. Way better than carrying full gallon size jugs. And I just have everything mixed up in here ready to use so that when I need to refill any of my IK bottles, which we'll be going over in just a second, I have chemical ready to go. In here, I just have some simple distilled water, mostly for my steamer, but I can also mix up chemicals and stuff with this, use it for my rinseless wash if I wanted to. I also have, right here is Dark Fury already mixed up at 4-to-1. So I just really like carrying all my chemicals in these little 64-ounce jugs. Super, super nice to just have ready-to-use chemicals. And I just mix these up in the morning, make sure they're full, and whenever they get empty, I go ahead and fill them up again. Now, along with that, guys, I haven't really talked about them too much, but I have been using some brand new IK spray bottles. These are actually my favorite bottles so far. These are the IK 360 bottles, and they're around 20 ounces or 500 milliliters. So I do like these better than the old bottles that I was using. They are way, way, way more durable, so they're way nicer for everyday detailing and stuff like that. When you guys are actually doing this every single day, you're going to find yourself kicking your bottles. You're going to be accidentally knocking them out of the car or dropping them out of the car. Whatever the case may be, these bottles have been extremely durable. You guys can see they take a ton of hits. They've rolled down driveways. They've been through it all, guys. I've not had a single one of these IK bottles break on me yet. Even the spray heads have not gone out on me yet. And I've been using them for about a year now, and they just work super, super good. I really, really liked our old simple bottles, the 16-ounce bottles that we were using, but I was just dropping them too often. I'll hang it off my pants or something, or whatever the case may be, and I was just always dropping these things, and the bottom of these breaks really, really easily, and I've definitely broken a few of these Talco heads that are on here, so they usually snap right there at the little break right there. But anyways, I've definitely broken a fair share of these, and ever since I've spent so much money on these bottles, I'd ended up just switching over to the IK ones, because these ones are about 2 to 3 times more expensive than most dilution bottles, but just for the durability of them, I thought that it was worth it, especially since I'm doing this every single day. Now, if you guys don't like spending a ton of money on spray bottles or spray heads, you guys can pick these guys up at O'Reilly's. These are Superior Products new bottles, and you guys can actually see they even have like a new design up here, which they're actually starting to come out on their 16-ounce bottles as well. Like, this is a new bottle that I just got sent to me for a sample from Superior Products, just because this is a product that I haven't tried from them yet. And Dave sent me this guy, and it has a brand new style bottle on here. So I just thought that that was really cool. A little bit different than their old style bottles, where you guys can see they have like these ribs on here almost, but a little bit different than their old style bottles. So these actually will match their new 16-ounce bottles that they're going to be shipping out all their new stuff in over time. And so yeah, I really, really like these bottles. They're just traditional spray bottles. Nothing fancy about them whatsoever, but the price is right on these guys. They're around $6 or so each, and they come with the spray heads themselves. So really, really good deal. And you can't even buy these spray heads by themselves. And this is the one that I recommend right here, guys. This is the red one that they sell. This is their jumbo sprayer, and it probably pumps out 3 times as much spray as your traditional sprayer. So, I mean, that wasn't even a full spray. that's a full spray on that, and that is a full spray on that. So huge difference in the amount of output that these guys have. This thing is super comfortable. You can get all 4 fingers on it if you want to, but puts out a ton of chemicals. So I really like these new spray heads that they have on all their bottles. I think they've been using this one for a long time, but these are just regular old, I believe, Talco spray heads. Oh, maybe not. I think it has a slightly different logo on there than your traditional Talco logo. So, not sure who makes this spray head, but it is a very, very good spray head and definitely puts out a lot more product than any of my other sprayers. And since we're talking spray bottles, I figure we might as well talk chemicals as well. These are the brand new protection products from Superior Products. This is their ceramic plus graphene spray coating, and this is their polymer ceramic spray coating. Both of these things are ridiculously good. I really don't know which one I like a little bit better yet. I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards the graphene, but so far in my testing, guys, these things both work phenomenally well as far as durability and all that stuff goes, and I'm really just waiting for my long-term durability tests to really figure out which one I like better. But so far I'm really kind of leaning a little bit more towards the graphene one, but both of these things are amazing. Now, along with that, for protection products, we also have Superior Products brand new boosters. These things work amazing, and I've been using them as standalone protection on a lot of clients' vehicles because they last up to 3 months, and they're extremely easy to apply, like crazy easy to apply. And for 3 months of protection out of these things, that is absolutely incredible, and the price is right on these things. So $20 for the regular ceramic spray booster, and $25 for the ceramic plus graphene spray booster. So amazing prices for 3+ month products. And yeah, I'm really liking Superior Products' new ceramics line. And if you guys want to get 5% off, if you guys need to order these over at superiorproducts.com, that's the only place that these things are available at the time. So if you guys want to check these things out, you guys can use Jamie5 off, and that'll get you guys 5% off at checkout. I'll leave a link down below so you guys can go check those out if you guys want to try out some of these new protection products. Now, along with our protection products, I have swapped over to one new chemical, also from Superior Products. You guys know that I use Superior Products for my detailing business. Great company, and they also have really good pricing on all of their products, and all of their products get the job done, which is the most important thing at the end of the day for me. So the one chemical that I am trying out right now from Superior Products is Clearview. Now, I've been using their aerosol-based glass cleaner for a long time now, and I love their aerosol-based glass cleaner, but it is a little bit expensive. It's kind of around like $9 or $10, I think, for a can of it. Lasts a really long time, but Clearview is a concentrate. You can get it in a gallon form, and it is crazy inexpensive, and it's diluted 10-to-1 is like its standard dilution ratio. You could even cut it a little bit more than that, and it would still clean glass great, especially if you're using distilled water. But at 10-to-1, guys, this is a super reasonable as far as cost-wise goes. It is very reasonable, and a gallon is probably going to last you a really long time. I'm thinking a gallon is probably going to last me like a year, because that's actually 11 gallons of glass cleaner. That is a lot of glass cleaner. So anyways, guys, Clearview, I am trying this out right now. Seems to work just as good as their regular aerosol-based glass cleaner, so I'll probably be making the switch, but I got a ton of glass cleaner on the shelf right now. So I'm probably going to be switching over to the concentrate just to save the business a little bit of money. And the last thing that I wanted to show you guys today are the Jamie's detailing holders. Now, I installed these things in my detailing rig months ago, probably around 2 months or so ago, and these things have completely changed the way that I'm working out of my detailing rig. Now, everything is always organized and ready to go. It makes it super easy at the end of the day. I can go through all my different little holders, see what needs to be replaced, see what chemicals need to be refilled and all of that kind of stuff. And so these have really just upped my game when it comes to efficiency and just staying organized in my detailing rig. And probably my favorite holder out of all these holders that have really just uncluttered my detailing rig has been this guy right here. This is the extension wand holder, and you guys can see it's just two little clips. One goes in the bottom down here and one goes in the top, and your your extension wand can just clip right into there, and now it's out of the way. I don't have it just laying in my detailing rig somewhere. So super nice little holder right here, and that one took the longest to actually design just to get this press fitted in here correctly, but well worth the effort, I would say. And I have a ton of other holders all available on my website if you guys want to check them out. This is the tire applicator holder. It actually perfectly holds any of your hex style tire applicators. There's a ton of different brands that have these hex style applicators. Suds Labs probably does make one of my favorite ones. And we also have a rinseless wash sponge holder. This guy is absolutely amazing and really helped, keeps my rinseless wash sponge dry and ready when I need it. I don't have it just sitting in my bucket for later. Now it's actually out on display. I like it being out on display, ready to use when I need it. And this thing also holds a little bottle of rinseless wash, a little 8-ounce bottle. But I also have a regular rinseless wash 32-ounce bottle holder that'll hold your favorite bottle of rinseless wash. We have an aerosol can holder, and we also have a triple aerosol can holder, so you can do stuff like this right back here, like how I have all of my Meguiar's odor bombs ready to go, or over here where I have stuff like my little goo off ready to go, or my paint prep right over here as well. So absolutely love the Jamie's detailing holders. If you guys want them, they are going to be available on my website. I'm only going to have the white ones up for a little bit longer, and unfortunately, guys, I had the best intentions with these things when I first launched them. I had a terrible launch of these products, had a bunch of hiccups that I needed to figure out as far as shipping and logistics that I should have figured out ahead of time, but now I have that all set up, all ready to go. Shipping was way more expensive than I originally thought, so I'm going to leave free shipping up on the website for the remainder of the month. But honestly, guys, every time somebody orders just one of these at a time, I lose a shit ton of money. If I'm just going to be honest with you guys, I'm probably losing a few dollars every time somebody orders just one of these things at a time, with the cost of shipping and the cost of buying a box and the packaging material. All that kind of stuff adds up extremely quickly. Average shipping on like this guy right here, the average shipping cost of this thing is like $10.75 without the packing material, without the box, and without the time that I'm actually putting into it. So I'm actually losing a shit ton of money anytime somebody orders just one of these. But for you guys, I'm gonna lose a couple more dollars for the rest of this month. And anybody that ordered one of these in the past, if you guys have not yet gotten your order, your guys' order should be there by October 15th is the estimated time of arrival that I was getting last week when I sent the rest of these things out. So if you guys haven't gotten yours yet, you definitely should see it in the mail by the 15th. If you guys do not see it by the 15th, give me a call, hit me up, whatever you guys need to do, and I'll make sure that it's at your door as soon as possible. That is all the stuff that I've kind of updated in my detailing rig over the past year or so. I definitely want to do some dedicated videos on certain stuff that we went over today, but for today, I really just wanted to give you guys an overview and a quick review of some of the stuff that I've been using and really liking. Honestly, if I didn't like it, I would take it out of the detailing rig and use something else. So usually if you guys see something in my detailing rig, it means that I'm still enjoying it, still liking it, and I really don't leave stuff in my detailing rig that I'm not finding myself using on the average everyday detail, just because I'm really limited on space in this detailing rig. But in the comments down below, let me know if you guys would like to see any more reviews or any more content, more longer content of me using any of this stuff. Specifically stuff like the Rain Covo new foam cannon that I'm using. I definitely plan on doing a full video on that because I think that that's a really good budget foam cannon, and it performs almost as well as some of the really expensive higher end foam cannons out on the market. But if you guys want to see full reviews on any of this stuff, or if you guys are using any of this stuff, or if you guys use something a little bit different from another brand that you think I would like or would suggest that I check out for my everyday detailing needs, then definitely leave those in the comment section below, because I always learn a ton of stuff from you guys. If you guys want to know all the stuff that I use for my detailing business, you guys can always check out jamiesdetailing.com/resources. I just updated the page so that there are a ton new chemicals, a ton of new tools, all sorts of stuff with new links on there for you guys to check out. And I also updated any of the shopping stuff. So the prices on these detailing holders is going to be going up very, very soon. And there's no longer going to be free shipping on small orders, just because I really can't afford it much longer. But anyways, guys, that is all that I had for today's video. So thank you guys so much for being here as always. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.